Hello everyone, today is my fourth video on English General paper, and today's video will explore some effective strategies for tackling level-based questions in the comprehension paper of 8021 code, and that is English General paper. Level-based questions differ from point-based questions in the comprehension paper, as they require you to develop your own opinions. You know, everyone perceives reality differently based on their experiences. Or you can say you are shaped by your own experiences. Therefore, in level-based questions, you'll be asked to present your perspective using clear reasoning to argue, or you can say justify your point. This question is worth 8 marks. There are basically 4 levels. If you have a desire to reach the highest level, it means you must have maximum well-developed points. Before reading the insert, take a look at the question, and I must tell you that I have added level-based questions from my June 2023 past paper. The question says, explain the factors that might make Mr. Don choose Davido for the summer job. Here you are required to share your opinion which candidate would be fit for the summer job, and you would use the given material to justify your decision. Here the key term to focus on is the word explain, which means you have to give the reasoning. You simply identify the relevant points and make sure you develop those points, because simply listing these points without developing them will result in losing marks in exams. I want to let you know that the comprehension paper contains 3 kinds of information. One is the background information, second interview extract, and the third one is AI, and that is additional information. From this given information, you're going to identify the relevant points and you further develop those points. In this level-based questions, we need to gather relevant information from all these 3 sections. So I want you to read the given insert with me, and we will highlight the points related to Davido. As we highlight the relevant points, we can also expand on them. Since we highlight all the points relevant to Davido, let me check in the background information if we have something related to Davido. Last week, Mr. Don, the owner of Don's Garden Center, advertised in a local newspaper a summer job opportunity for a school leaver. The advertisement indicated that the job would be a temporary one for 2 months. However, the successful applicant could be made a permanent member of staff if they performed well in the job. Initially, they would work in every department for a couple of days, getting to know the staff and the working of each department, so that the rest of the summer they would be able to help out in a busy department or fill in for a summer of staff or holidays or off sick. Don's Garden Center consists of 8 departments: garden center shop, garden center cafe, plant nursery, administration, sales and purchasing, logistics, human resources, HR, marketing and publicity, and on-site maintenance. Mr. Don has received 2 online applications. So there is nothing related or relevant to Davido. Now we have Davido's online application in the background information. Let me read this application for you so we can have some relevant points that is related to Davido. Age is 17, it means Davido is 17 years of age, and in the education section, it is written that he's awaiting A-level results in maths, geography, and computer studies. Davido has studied maths. It means that he can analyze complex data. So it is the development of the same points that you are pointing out from this application. So with the background in the computer studies, because he has studied computer studies as well, Davido can handle technical issues, and we can say he stays up to date with the latest advancements. When solving level-based questions, make sure that you provide sound reasoning to justify your choice. For instance, the skills of this mathematics and the computer studies are needed by several departments, such as finance, accounting, technology, IT departments. Therefore, Davido must be given preference by the employer. Without providing reasoning, your statements will be considered as bare statements, and that will stop you from scoring the highest grades. If you can develop some points based on geography, you can, because this is how you perceive the reality. We have another point here that could make Davido a competent candidate for Mr. Don's Garden Center. I help in my parents' garden, weeding, pruning trees, planting shrubs, and propagating new plants, etc. Since there is a use of technical terms here, such as weeding, pruning, and propagating, laymen cannot use such technical vocabulary in their talk. This is called jargon, and it is used by only those people who have some extra knowledge. So I think that Davido has specialized knowledge in this area. Look at the reason for applying. I love working with the plants outdoors. I mean, Davido loves working with the plant outdoors, and he talks about his passion. And you know, every employer wants a passionate employee. So he loves working with the plants outdoors and fresh air. So this job would be perfect for him. And this point can be further developed. Like, he would probably not complain if he has to work in undesirable weather outside. Now we are done with the background information. So which points we have found out? One is he has studied maths and computer sciences, and then he used specific vocabulary. And the third point is he wanted to have some profession that is based on his passion. Now we have interview extract here. There's conversation between Mr. Dunn and Davido, but we're more interested in Davido's responses so we could understand his personality well. It is written in the bracket that Davido is wearing a suit and a tie, which shows that Davido has some dressing sense too, which is very important for grabbing your client's attention. And there are chances in the future that he would represent the company well. Then he says, really sorry, Mr. Don, Dad couldn't start his car this morning. Actually, he was a bit late. I had to get a taxi here. So we can develop a point here that he immediately apologized to Mr. Dunn for his late arrival, which shows, or we can develop a point here that he would not hesitate to apologize his senior staff in the future if he ever commits any mistake. And he also had a valid reason that Dad couldn't start his car, for which Mr. Don was sympathetic about. And he also had to, also got a taxi. Here we can develop a point that he has problem solving skills. If he ever faces any problem at the company in the future, he knows how to look for the solutions. And he's again talking about his passion of gardening in the interview, that my happiest times are when I'm gardening. So, which shows that he wants to turn his passion of gardening into a profession. And then he said that I think I would be useful from the get-go and wouldn't get in anyone's way. I am not afraid of hard work. So we can develop points here that he said he thought he would be able to be useful from the get-go. So it's a big relief for Mr. Dan that this addition would contribute to the company's strong profile. And he's also not afraid of hard work. We know that working at a garden is not an easy job. It can be physically demanding. But an applicant of 17 years of age shows that he's not afraid of working hard. So it's naturally a bit relief for the employer. Now we're going to select the points that are relevant to Davido from the AI, that is additional information. And here there is a point about Davido, that is Davido has applied to a horticultural college to study landscapes and garden design, which means that so Davido is likely to be a motivated worker. And then there is a point 7. It says that in her reference, Miss Jewel wrote that Davido had been a hardworking student. He had been shy in the class but had blossomed when outside school, such as on geography field trips during which he had shown leadership skills in a quietly determined way. It means that Miss Jewel also indicates that he had shown leadership potential, and he would not be needing too much hand-holding from the permanent staff if he's appointed by Mr. Dunn. This is how you can solve level-based question in exams. There are 3 sources, that is background information, interview extracts, and the AI, that is additional information, which can help you identify relevant points and you develop them further. If you want to reach the highest level, you must develop your points. It means explain through logical reasoning.